Good morning and welcome to Main Street TV. It is TGIF on a very snowy and cold week, and today we have a packed show. We have our friends from Stockroom 601, Lynn and Shawn, and then later today we have to see if the Groundhog is going to see his shadow or not. Groundhog's supposed to be in the studio this morning, and then we're going to wrap up with Jeremiah, who finally dug himself out of the snow with this week's news. But first, we have a couple words from our sponsors.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Welcome, guys. It has been a hot minute since we have had you guys in the studio.
Absolutely.
So lots of stuff has happened at Stockroom 601.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so I am excited for you to be able to share all of the news coming out of the restaurant and the event side at Park's Edge. So welcome. Happy Friday.
Thank
you.
So I know you guys have like a big event coming up, so we probably should cover that one first so we don't forget. There's a big event coming up in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. We've got our the first time we're doing a full service dinner at Park's Edge. Chef Lynn is put together an amazing menu for it. I'll let her talk about that in a second. But we've got JRDN&CO will be playing jazz music. It's going to be a nice sit down romantic evening. Dim lights and nice romantic vibe.
Moody.
Yeah, we're super excited for it because with our catering getting off the ground and what we've been doing over the past couple of years, it's been it's time to start doing some awesome events at Park's Edge, every month or so. So we're excited about it.
So what's for dinner?
Well, we have to go with steak, but I also chose a duo plate so that we could get a little best of both worlds. Sorry about that. It's early for me.
That's okay. It's early. It's early for all of us.
Okay. But we've got grilled steak, sirloin, with a red wine demi-glace.
Okay. I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you so far. Yeah.
Seared salmon with a roasted red pepper cream sauce.
Ooh. I like salmon.
You know, I haven't got to play with it as much down here as I did in Michigan. So I'm excited to get back into some of the stuff I used to do.
But that's a nice mix because, like, Eric doesn't eat fish, and I'm not a big steak person. So to be able to have options, that's
what I
nice.
wanted to be able to give people is
That's
the
nice.
options.
And not everyone eats salmon, so we also have the option when you buy your ticket, if you don't want the salmon, you can substitute it for grilled chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea too, because there's weirdos like Eric who don't like fish.
Well, I mean, in that case, you can just switch and get double of both. You know.
Oh, there you go.
You know, little tradesies.
We've been known to do that.
We also have our famous buttery Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. I'm doing petite, tiny green beans.
Okay.
French beans.
Okay.
With whole baby carrots.
Okay.
So to give a little color, a little something different. And then, of course, we have the Caesar salad, the rolls, what am I missing? Oh, we're starting with the charcuterie plate. And to finish, we're going with a caramel bread pudding with ice cream.
Yep. So this will be a full service course dinner. When you start, you'll get your charcuterie, your salad, your rolls, and then dinner will be served a few minutes later. And then after that, we'll be serving dessert. Mm-hmm. All while listening to some jazz instrumentals by local Jordan Lombardo.
Yep.
And his jazz trio or quartet. I'm not quite sure how many people will show up. But, we're very excited for it. We've been putting a lot of. I've upgraded the sound system there so that we can actually have concerts at Park's Edge. The sound system is amazing now. Over the next couple weeks, I'll be installing some lighting and whatnot over the stage. So we're really pushing to the point where we're going to be able to do some really cool stuff at Park's Edge, and it sounds amazing. Dueling pianos will be coming through.
Ooh.
Yep, I haven't locked down a date yet, but I'm working on that.
I like that.
I'm going to have,
always
like
a
a
fun
family
time.
magician night where they come in and do cool stuff for the kids. We're going to be doing an Easter brunch on Easter Sunday, buffet style, all you can eat. Same with Mother's Day.
I hear the Easter Bunny is supposed to be there.
The Easter Bunny will be showing up.
Yeah, Easter Bunny, because they've already completed all of their tasks prior to Easter morning, so they kind of
The bunny may be a little exhausted, but they're going to stop by.
Little laid back Easter morning brunch. So if you don't have a chance to see the Easter Bunny prior to Easter, you can always come on Easter morning after church.
And then we'll also, we'll be doing several events like that. We'll have a Santa brunch where Santa Claus will be coming to see the kids in December. Maybe late November. We haven't locked down Santa's date yet, so I know he's a little busy.
He's kind of a busy guy.
He's a busy guy at that time, so we're going to do what we can. But yeah, I'm super excited for all of the stuff we've got going on at Parks Edge and some of the branching out and the exploring new avenues that we're doing.
Fun. And if you haven't been to Parks Edge for an event, it's a great space.
Absolutely.
And it's a space that can be used for a multitude of things. I know that we've held meetings there, but I've gone to catered events there, and I've gone to like the Foothill Art Show takes up that space. So it can be used for lots of different things.
Got quite a few
Corporate
weddings
events
this year, corporate events. I mean, we've got BCRs having a meeting there right now. They're doing their safety training. I mean, that space is very versatile and can be used for a lot of different things.
Heck, our own Liv is having her
wedding there.
Her wedding there.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we're my goal, from the beginning has always been I'm not okay with just being comfortable. I like to push us and
always
luckily,
pushing.
Well,
Always in a good direction, though.
Right, and we're very fortunate that Lynn and I have a staff that is very supportive and very on board, and they are excited and challenged and motivated to help us grow.
We have a fantastic staff that helps support us doing all of our projects, endeavors, events.
Yep. We love it. It's always a challenge. It's never the same day twice. I love it.
No, never the same day.
And you guys have fun nights. So like last night was trivia night, hosted by Lori Graves, our own Lori Graves. And it was
freeze, froze, and frickin' cold.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
The theme of last night's trivia.
And there were some easy questions and there were some not so easy questions. So the stumper for the night was, what do you call dirty snow? Do you know what you call dirty snow?
I do not.
Okay, well, you know what? Leave your guesses in the comments. I know the answer.
We'll come back to that in a moment. You'll tell us?
I will.
Okay.
I will. That was the stumper. That was the final question of the night, and what determined second place.
I actually think I had left by that point because I had to be at work early this morning, so I didn't catch that one.
It was the very, very last question.
Of course it was.
It was, yeah.
So every Thursday night we do trivia. We will be resuming comedy night in March, where that's the second Thursday of every month. Lori will get some comics and do open mic comedy.
And there's some good prizes now too. First place for trivia wins $50 in Stockroom money, and second place wins $25 in Stockroom money. So I mean, there's some good prizes to be had.
Yeah, I increased that late last year, maybe late last year.
And there's prizes for comedy night too for the comics that come in. There's basically a contest each night for the best comic of the night.
Well, a comic will win a gift card, and then one of the tables of guests will win one as well for submitting their votes for who they thought was
for showing up. And some nights it's really funny.
Some nights, yes.
Some nights it's really funny. It's always funny, but some nights it's really funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some nights it's really funny.
It's always a good time for sure.
Yes, we always have a good time.
You never know what you're going to get.
You always have a good time.
Keeps you on your toes.
And exciting, Shawn's now hosting, we now have karaoke. Shawn brought karaoke to Stockroom 601.
We do. So every Friday night, starting around 10 o'clock, we have karaoke until it's over. And if it's a slower night, we don't have that many singers, and I just DJ, and we, dance and have a good time.
So a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. We still do ladies' night on Saturday nights.
We do have the pool tournaments on Wednesdays.
Pool tournaments on Wednesdays, and we just started, as of the beginning of January, we started doing an open mic Monday night. It's literally
like a
singers
jam
come in,
sesh.
and it's almost like a jam session, and
I did not know that.
And it's all local artists, and it's mostly original music, which I love. So we were able to kind of see those up and coming artists who are getting their feet on the ground, and a lot of established artists too are coming through and just putting on a show, and it's a great place. It's still that family friendly vibe, especially during lunch and dinner. Not so much on a Friday and Saturday night, but we get it.
But that's why it's later in the. That's why it's later in the
Yeah.
night. So you can still bring your family for dinner.
Absolutely.
Because the raucous, not raucous, but
The adult fun
the adult fun.
Yeah.
starts around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So it's still family friendly up until then. So.
Yeah, about 9:30 is whenever I start looking around saying, hey, it might be about time.
And of course, the kitchen is open until 1 a.m.
Friday and Saturday nights open until 10 p.m. on Monday through Thursday.
And the food. We got to talk about the food.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, we need to talk about the food.
One more thing coming up.
Yeah,
though.
sure.
So starting this coming Sunday, we will be open from 1 until 5 p.m.
Oh my!
We're doing a monthly Sunday pool tournament there.
Yes.
I don't really know the details. I'm not a pool player. I have someone who handles that, but it is open to the public. You don't have to buy into the tournament to come enjoy lunch on a Sunday afternoon.
That's awesome.
Depending on how that goes, we may, much to Lynn's chagrin, start opening every Sunday. So.
Well, the nice thing about it is it gives you another option on Sundays because there are limited options here in the area for food, sit down meal on a Sunday. So, so it's always nice to see something open even for a short period of time. So the food. Because for me, it's about the food.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a restaurant. It's about the food. It's always fun. The theme stuff and the events are fun to come in, but really, it's about the food.
Absolutely.
So last night we had the special, and it was so tasty. So we had gnocchi. Okay, you know I had to do it.
I know.
You know I had to do it. Okay, because Shawn makes fun of me. So, but it was very tasty, Chef Lynn.
I'm going to be real. I had a craving for some gnocchi in a nice palomino sauce, which is...
Is that what that's called?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a red sauce mixed with a cheesy cream sauce.
Okay.
Combine them, you get palomino, and then it's topped with some shredded parm. And oh my goodness, did it settle my craving. It was amazing.
It was quite
It was warm and it was comforting and it was creamy and it was tasty.
And for those of you that don't know what gnocchi is, I call it a little potato pillow.
Yep.
it's a potato kind of pasta, and it plumps up, and it's heaven in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's basically a traditional Irish potato dumpling,
Yeah.
but like fluffier than a standard flour dumpling.
Yeah. But so tasty and a large portion, and I managed to eat most of it. I don't think Eric got very much of it, and but I was craving that earlier in the week too, and so to see that as the special, I was like, it was just meant to be. So
I'm trying to get more out of the box and trying to utilize stuff we have in house and utilize some of our what was it? Last week or the week before, I did a beer cheese mac and cheese.
Oh, I heard that was really good. We did not make it in, but I heard that was really, really, really
I
good.
took our beer cheese that we serve with our ginormous pretzel and mixed it with some pasta, a little bit of bacon, and topped it with a panko cheesy crust and baked it.
Rub it in.
I know. I'm sorry. I had people coming for days for that one.
Because when we
People are
came
still
in,
asking for it.
I know.
we came in for it was trivia night. We came in for trivia night and we asked what the specials were, and they're like, "Are we out of the mac and cheese?" Yeah. I'm like, "Oh," and
It
Cora
sold
goes,
like-
"It was really good."
It sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I knew it was good, but I didn't anticipate it was going to be that well received.
That's
it needs to
actually-
make a return visit.
It's actually going to make a permanent addition to the new menu. We'll be launching in the
is.
next month or so.
Exciting.
My goal is to have it done by March 1st, but we have a lot of events coming through, Parks Edge especially, so it may be closer to April. But there's quite a few things coming to our new menu that I'm very excited about.
I love those warm, comforting foods, especially in this weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's mac and cheese weather. So
Oh, yeah.
It's French onion soup weather.
it was Eric. Eric had French onion soup last night. There were no complaints at all. And then
It
I
is
had
on the French onion is on our secret menu as of the moment, but it is always available for everyone.
his favorite is your steak soup.
Oh, the
I don't know. It's
Steak and
probably called-
potato?
steak
Sure.
and potato. There we go.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
his-
it was.
It's
that
a
is-
creamy steak and potato
Yeah,
soup.
that is his favorite. Whenever they say that that's the soup, he's like, "Oh, yeah."
So you know that
I love it.
Whenever I took over operations at Stockroom 601 in early 24, that was one of the goals was to get real food made from scratch, served fresh, and you know, I kind of cobbled together a menu. I'm not a culinary expert by any means. I'm not that guy who's, you know, in the kitchen. I don't cook. That's why we have Lynn.
He's in the kitchen. He just likes to taste all the food.
Right. That
that's
is
the
my
perks
job.
of the job,
That is
okay?
my
I know.
job. I am the official stockroom. Well, because here's the thing: is if I don't like it, I'm not comfortable with it hitting a table. So you know, I have to taste everything. That's my So
he and I have different taste buds, so it complements each other
Right.
so that we can taste something and say, you know, it needs this or that, or no, if we meet in the middle.
And so, you know, when we brought Lynn on in August of 24, I kind of was able to say, here, please take this. And she has done nothing but excel at, you know, specials and whatnot. These are things that I like to keep it fresh. I like to keep it changing, you know, evolving, see what works, see what doesn't. And so, you know, things like the gnocchi or the mac and cheese, like, these are winners, let's do them. So.
Okay, so, I mean, I know it's hard to pick a favorite child, but what is your favorite thing on the menu?
Oh gosh. So here's the thing: is like there's really nothing on the menu that I don't like because it's the menu that I created. So like all the stuff.
But what's your go-to? If you were to order something, what is your go-to? What would you order like right now?
If I was ordering right here, right now, it'd be the club wrap.
Club wrap, no onions,
Well, yep,
with a side of coleslaw.
yep.
Okay.
That's my standard stockroom lunch.
My standard is crispy tots
Yes.
and a pretzel. I do the pretzel and the crispy tots. It's all about the carbs.
Yep.
All about
Mine
carbs.
would be the cheese curds and the
Ooh,
turkey
that's a hard one.
Those are a
BLT.
good one.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yep.
Yeah, the curds.
I can't pick between either, but the cheese curds and the turkey BLT are
Yeah, the
right
curds
there.
the curds are pretty awesome too.
At dinner, so we also another secret menu item. We now have mango habanero sauce that you can toss your wings in.
Oh,
But I like a fried chicken sandwich. The sandwich tossed in that mango habanero with a slice of pepper jack cheese. Oh, that's what I had for dinner last night. It's so good.
and you know what's fun? One day I was craving a breakfast sandwich, and it wasn't breakfast time. It was dinner time, and I asked Shawn. I said, "It's all the stuff that's on the menu. Can I get a breakfast sandwich?" I just basically wanted the burger that has an egg on it, but I didn't want the burger part of it. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, yeah. If we've got it, we'll figure out how to make it." So that was very comforting. It's back to it's what I needed. It was kind of that comforting.
One of the things that we've made sure to do is like offer that service. You know, like we want to accommodate. You know, if you've got
Yes.
dietary restrictions, allergens, anything like that, we will accommodate to the best of our ability. So just tell us.
And it's a fun place to hang out and, you know, bring your friends and just sit and talk and have fun. It's
I also have gluten-free options.
Yep.
Do
They're not listed on the menu, but I have
Yet.
gluten-free pizza crusts, gluten-free bread, and gluten-free buns in-house at all times.
So you just have to ask.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had no idea. So there you go.
There's only so much I can fit on that small piece of paper.
Yeah.
And so like when we get ready to do the menu, I'm actually gonna have full size permanent laminated with all that stuff on it. So there's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do, but that's what keeps us going.
Yeah, well we don't stop.
We don't.
We don't
We
stop.
So if you haven't been out to Stockroom 601, especially recently, like in the last year or so, make sure that you get out there. It is a totally different vibe from how it used to be. The menu has changed in the last year and continues to evolve and change. There's always fun specials and fun events going on. Join us. We're always there. If you want to see Eric and I, you want to see Mr. Cheryl, we're generally there on Thursday nights for trivia. Comedy nights are always fun. You never know who you're going to run into at those events. And sometimes some of our in-house staff are some of the comics that get up there and share their talents and their laughs with everybody. It's always a fun time. I don't know if we've ever gone and not
And if
had a
you
fun
haven't
time.
been there in a year or so, we are full service dining.
Yes.
You do not
Yes.
have to move from your table. We come to you. We have real silverware.
Real
We
silverware. That was a
was
big
a
deal.
big one
that
for
was
us.
That was a big deal. We were like, yeah, no, you get real silverware and real plates and full service, and they do take care of you. The service is really, really good. And
We have wonderful girls that
It's crazy.
are in
when
the
I
front of the
look-
house.
It's crazy when I look back to 2 years ago. I mean, it's almost 2 years to the day whenever I took over, and just everything that we've changed, and people will come through and be like, "Wow, this is nothing like it used to be. And I'm like,
Every once in a while when I fill in at the bar, like if one of the girls are sick,
Yeah.
I get guests that'll come in and say, I haven't been here in years and this is not what it was. And they're like, the food is so much better, this, and they compliment. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
you.
like,
It is seriously some of the best food in Jackson.
we used to just be considered a bar, and that's not the case anymore. We are a full-service restaurant, and on a Friday or Saturday night, sure, it's a bar, but it's a restaurant, and we're proud of that. We're proud of how far we've come, and like I said, we're not going to stop. Keep pushing the envelope and keep evolving. All for the
Awesome.
better.
Awesome. Well, we are so glad to have you here, and you have to promise to come back once the new menu's out so that we
Absolutely.
can share all of the new
course.
tasty stuff.
Well, we might bring some in. That
I was going to say, we could
do
even bring a little
taste test.
tasters.
I love tasting stuff.
Yep.
Yummy, I love tasting stuff. I love food. It's all about food. So, because it's a restaurant, and at the end of the day, it's the food has to be good, and the food is good. I can attest to that.
It's
So,
consistently good. I love
yes,
it.
it is.
Yep.
So, thank you for joining us. I know you
Thank
guys
you.
need to get back over to Park's Edge. You've got people in the building and lunch to prepare for
Yep.
And
over
an
at
event
Stockroom.
tomorrow.
And an event tomorrow. And then you've got karaoke tonight because it's Friday night.
Yep.
So you got karaoke tonight. And
We're always busy.
Yep.
so if you're trying to escape the cold and the snow, you know where to go.
When we
Oh,
get
that
bored
rhymes.
is when we get in trouble.
Don't get them bored then. There's the plan. Don't get them bored. So we will put the link to Stockroom 601 in the comments, and it is located on Main Street right next to Manpower Park, right in the middle of Main Street, easy to find.
Absolutely.
And stop on by. I mean, seriously, if you haven't tried it,
You're missing out.
I will be your testimony. There you go. I'll
missing out.
be your Yelp review. There you go. 5 stars. Highly recommend. So have a great day, and
Thank
we
you.
will see you guys again soon.
Thank you.
We have another guest in the studio, but first, Adrian's going to take us to a couple of messages.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Look who's in the studio! It is Groundhog Greg. So happy to have you in the studio today. I know it's snowy and kind of scary out there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I wanted to get up this morning. It was nice and cozy in that burrow, but we knew this was important. We wanted to get the information out about our upcoming Groundhog Day brunch, and we had to postpone it.
You saw your shadow,
Well,
and we pushed it back a week.
right. I always say if I come out on Groundhog's Day and I see my shadow, I'm going to be scared and go back for another 6 weeks. But if I don't see my shadow, I'm going to go back and stay for a month and a half.
Okay.
And it works out.
Okay. Well, we're glad that you came out right now to join us here in the studio.
Well, thank you. And with me today, we have Nancy Baisden, who is the director for the Jackson Food Program. And the reason we have the Groundhog Day brunch is so that we could help support the Jackson Food Program. Last year, our Groundhog Day brunch raised $1,001 for the food pantry. And that small contribution, we think, really helped the food pantry. And we really appreciate the work that Nancy does. She's tireless. Wasn't sure that she could be my handler today because she was at Walmart at 6:30 or so getting food for today's pickup at 10 o'clock. But we appreciate Nancy being here. And Nancy, why don't you tell us maybe a little bit about the food
Yeah,
program?
that'd be great.
The food program is locally sponsored. It's not, we don't have government grants or anything. It's all private donations. We serve Jackson County, those people that are within 200% of the government guidelines to receive food.
Okay.
They would need to bring a current piece of mail with the postmark within 30 days, driver's license, state issued, names and birth dates of household members. Since COVID, people don't come inside. They just come to the window, show us their information. They can get back in their car, and they'll get an emergency 3 days worth of food, which usually serves them a couple at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, depends on how frugal they are with what they get. We try to provide fresh meat, produce, bakery, and then dry goods, and we try to provide it to where it's actually meals instead of like, if we give them hamburger helper, we try to give them hamburger. If we give them tuna helper. But we are all private donations. We don't have any big, giant sponsors, and we serve 150, 200 families a month, 1,200 people.
Wow.
Last year we served probably 80,000 meals.
Wow, that is really impressive. I know that it's pretty much you and a small staff that's
My granddaughter.
that takes care of all of these people. So
Yeah, myself, my granddaughter, and I have right now one volunteer that comes.
it's a lot of work. And kudos to you for doing it and taking on that very, very important resource that we have here in the city. It may not feed a family, but it definitely can supplement whatever they have. Like you said, even a 3-day box can possibly, they can stretch it out with the other resources that are available or what they're able to provide themselves. How often are distributions?
I say once every 31 or more days so that they can come once a month, but it's like they can't come twice in the same month.
Okay.
They can come once.
Okay.
And if I say 31 days, then they know, I'm like, you can't come the 1st and the 31st.
Okay. And on what days do you do distributions?
On Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, we're there from 10 a.m. until 1:30 p.m.
Okay. And I assume it's not something somebody has to sign up for. They can just show up at the
They
window with their
They come
information.
with their information, and then they leave with food that day as long as it's not been too early for them to come back.
So awesome. And you're located at?
323 East Broadway Street. We're across from Belicio's main entrance.
There you go. So if you're in need of that resource, please reach out to them and take them up on it if you're struggling. Also, if you're looking for a volunteer opportunity, are you looking for volunteers
Yes, we
and
take
help
volunteers.
at the food pantry? And I know it's called the clothesline. Do you provide clothes at this time or no?
We do not have
Okay.
the clothesline part anymore.
Okay, so just the food pantry.
When we moved locations, we cut our space by a third. So instead of 6,000 square feet, we have 2,000.
Okay.
So we just concentrate on food.
Okay.
We have some clothing, like if people have an emergency need. We don't have a lot of sizes. We may have a few items,
Okay.
fires or something that we can help with a little bit of stuff. But sometimes we have donations of coats. We do have winter gloves and hats if anyone's in need of those right now. They just, they don't have to sign up for anything. They can just come say, hey, do you have a coat my size? And I will go and look. And if we have a coat, they're welcome to it for free.
Well, there you go.
Gloves and hats and scarves.
That's super important right now because
Yes.
it was 1 degree when I drove in this morning. So, and through the middle of the night, we all know that it's going below 0. So if you are in need, or you know somebody that's in need, you saw somebody that is in need, either direct them there or let them know that is a resource that is available to them. Oftentimes in our community, people aren't aware of all of the resources that might be available to them. So even if you don't need it, but you know somebody who is struggling, point them towards Nancy and the food pantry because she may be able to help them out. Groundhog Breakfast. Let's get back to the Groundhog Breakfast. The Groundhog Breakfast is a fundraiser for the food pantry, which is why Nancy is here. It was originally scheduled to be tomorrow, so if you had it on your schedule for tomorrow, it was originally on the schedule for tomorrow, but due to the weather, Groundhog saw his shadow, and we're pushing it back a week, so now it's going to be on Saturday the 7th, which is not tomorrow, it's the following Saturday, and it's at First Presbyterian Church here in Jackson, right?
In Jackson, in the community room. First Presbyterian Church is the church right below the big water tower in
Yes.
Jackson. And we're going to start at 9 o'clock and run to 1. All the pancakes you're going to eat. We have Steve Evans sausage. And I'd like to give a shout out to the Steve Evans Sausage Company, Brett Kaiser. Brett's donated to the sausage for us the last 2 years. And prior to that, when we had it for about 20 years, Steve Evans donated the sausage.
Okay.
So it's some of the best sausage you can get. And we really appreciate that donation from Brett, and hopefully he'll be there. I think he's posted one of his Facebook posts. If you haven't seen those, they're very entertaining. But he's going to have highlight the Groundhog Day brunch. At 1 o'clock, we plan to present Nancy with a check for the proceeds that we're able to collect that morning. But once again, no charge for the breakfast. We just ask for a donation to help the Jackson Food Program. And mentioned, John Lewis started this back in the late 1990s. The first one was at the Lewis Furniture Store, family business. And then they moved to Manpower Park for, I think, a year. And then after that, it was the Presbyterian Church and ran up to through 2019. And then advent of COVID, we had to suspend it for a number of years. And last year we brought it back, and we had a great fun with the event.
It was a lot of fun. I was there.
Great.
It was a lot of fun.
How were the pancakes?
Oh, yummy.
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 Yeah,
I love pancakes. Love sausage. Those are like two of my favorite things.
Yeah, and you know, I've involved with the preparation, and we have a real good team that comes out, and it's a fun event. We also, I should note, have some very good music. I think Jackson County and the Presbyterian Church are noted for the musicians. We'll have some very good entertainment. Have a clipping here from last year's event, and groundhogs keep their scrapbooks. And
that's good because we want to always keep our
Morgan
memories.
Morgan was one of the performers, did a great job, but we had
We've had him in here.
Yeah, we had a broad range of entertainment there, and it's almost like nonstop from 9 o'clock to 1. And it's a great event for families. Matt McKee is there with his family.
It's Matt McKee, and then above it,
yeah, we had enough
and
pancakes.
above it is the Kiwanis. So there you go.
Yeah, we had enough pancakes for Matt.
sorry.
So
we still, and there were still pancakes for me. So you're
yeah,
good.
He endorsed them.
Yeah,
so,
you're good.
It's a fun event. We looked at the weather and we thought, well, it's going to be really too cold. We weren't sure how much snow it's going to be. We're going to have it on the 7th unless we're inundated with snow again, and then we'll think about that. But we wanted to come on this morning and talk with you all so we can get the word out that don't show up tomorrow.
Yep.
Plan
There won't
to come
be
on the
pancakes and
7th
sausage tomorrow.
and get that good sausage. And it's like I said, we have a great time with the event.
Yes.
And it's a pancake topping bar too. If you didn't go last year, there were like topping options for your pancakes. So it's not just plain pancakes and butter. They actually had lots of options as well. Me personally, I take pancake, I put the sausage in the middle and the pancake on the top.
Oh.
And I eat it as a pancake sausage sandwich. That's my favorite way to do it. So.
Sounds good to me.
I know, it was very yummy.
Yeah.
I loved it. So Saturday, February 7th at the First Presbyterian Church here in Jackson, Groundhog Breakfast. It helps to fund the food pantry, which we all know is always in need of funds to help our local neighbors and our community members. I know that that it's been a struggle over the last year to provide the food for our community members through the food pantry, and it is a resource that people do depend on. And the good work that you do in the community to be able to help families. It really is about families. You know, we forget sometimes that that a lot of times these are children that are depending on this food. Kids that when they're in school, they're provided, the school lunch, but then when they get home, there needs to be food there too, and to be able to provide the components so a family can make a meal and share that meal together. We all know that the family bonding and having sharing food, breaking bread with whether it's your family or your friends is important for your mental health as well, not just your physical health. And we want to keep people as healthy as possible. Right now, and we talked to Holzer yesterday about how we can stay healthy during the winter season, and a lot of that has to do with taking care of your body with water and proper nutrition. If you're not taking in the proper amounts of the vitamins and protein and carbohydrates that you need, your body isn't able to fight off winter colds and flu, and it becomes a way bigger issue. We all just say, oh, it's just a cold, I'll be okay. But if you're already having issues because you're not taking in enough calories, enough food, it becomes a bigger issue, and you get sicker. And we don't want that. We don't want our friends and our neighbors to be sick. Also, if you have a neighbor that you know is struggling, I mean, this is a big deal. A lot of times people don't know about the resources that are in the community or may not want to take part in them because of the stigma or may not have the resources to get there to the food pantry. If you do have a neighbor that is struggling and you have the ability to help them out and to let them know, it's just the community appreciates it, because we all have, maybe elderly neighbors that are struggling on a fixed income that can use just a little bit of extra help once a month, because it is once a month. It's not something like you can go every day to do it, but it may be enough to just kind of supplement the other resources that are available to get them through the entire month, so that they're not having to say, oh, I'm only going to eat this little bit now so that I have a little bit later on. Gives them a little bit of a cushion, I guess, a little bit of a cushion. And it sounds like you're able to provide, for the most part, a variety of items as well, not just processed packaged food, which is what a lot of people think food pantries provide, but our local food pantries, not just yours, try to provide produce and dairy products, meat products, bakery items, things that you don't normally associate with a food pantry, because we all think, the food collections, and they collect the boxed food and the canned food. But food pantries also are able to provide other items as well. I know I'm going to make an assumption here, because a lot of the food pantries ask if you're going to donate. There's, what kinds of donations can you take, and are you better off if you take in a cash donation as opposed to a product donation? Which works better for you?
We can take both. I have a list of what our current
Okay.
needs are. Due to the fact that someone might be without electric or power, we're asking for easily accessible stuff.
Okay. And one of the things that it's important we don't always remember is if you are going to donate cans, if you could get the ones with the pop-top cans, because not everybody has access to a can opener.
Yes.
Because we forget about things like that. And if you have a can of food, but you have no way to open the can of food, you might as well have not had the can of food.
Exactly.
So it's if we're mindful about the things that we're giving. So.
But our food bank is Southeast Ohio Food Bank and Kitchen, and right now we're able to purchase food for 15 cents a pound.
Okay, and that's important too, because
So that's no matter what. If it's
Yeah.
meat, because I got ground hamburger just the other day, so 15 cents a pound for that hamburger.
so that's important. So if you want to donate to the food pantry, a lot of times their dollar goes a lot further than
Yes.
ours does. So if we go to Walmart or Kroger and spend $1, we're not going to get very much. You might get one can of food. Okay, Nancy's able to get a pound of ground beef. Now
15 cents a pound.
yeah, 15 cents a pound. So actually, she's able to get
10 pounds for $1.50.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you've bought ground beef recently, you cannot go buy ground beef for 15 cents a pound, okay?
Yeah.
Ground beef has gotten very expensive. So if you're going to donate, I'm sure you'd appreciate the things that are on this list as well, but you can donate cash to the food pantry as well, and then she can take that money and purchase from the regional food bank at a much higher discount and make your donation go a lot further.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to donate cash, how do they go about doing that?
They can send checks, or they can bring cash to the food pantry the days that we're open,
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 10 to 1:30. If it's a check, they can send it to Post Office Box 692, Jackson Food Program or Food Program. I can put it in the bank with that.
Okay.
Jackson,
they-
Ohio 45640.
Can they donate electronically? Do you have a way to donate electronically at this point?
The People's Bank is who we bank with, and
Okay.
they said that if anyone wanted to do that, they can just tell them that it goes
Okay.
to the food pantry, to the Jackson Food Program, and they can just
So there you go.
deposit it straight into
So
the
you
bank.
can go to the food pantry and make a donation. You can drop it in the mail to their P.O. box, or you can walk into People's Bank and just let them know you'd like to make a donation to the Jackson Food Program, and they'll make sure that it gets to the right place. Now, you handed me a list, so the things that the food pantry is looking for right now, if you've got, if you have the desire to donate actual goods, you can take them to the food pantry Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays,
Yes.
correct? And the things that they're looking for are peanut butter, like we said, pop-top cans, so vegetables, fruits, things that come in pop-top cans, soups, canned meats, Vienna sausages, The nice thing about those is they do not require heat. They're already pre-cooked, same with vegetables. So if it's something that they can open up a can and eat it. So if somebody doesn't have electric, which happens more often than we'd like to think about, and we're not even just talking about the homeless population. We have people that are housed that may have electric issues. Instant pudding and Jell-O mixes, ramen noodles, Pop-Tarts, rice-a-roni, and pasta side dishes. So, and a lot of these things are, they're all things that you can find in our local grocery stores, or I like to say, if you shop at Sam's Club, you go up to Sam's Club and it comes in a 2-pack. Keep one for yourself, and if you can donate one to the food pantry, a lot of times that works out because buying in bulk tends to be cheaper for us. But like I'm a family of 2. I do not need to buy 2 giant things of peanut butter. But if I buy 2 giant things of peanut butter because it is a much better deal, I can keep the one and I can donate one to the food pantry and bless somebody else and hopefully make a child's day a little bit easier. We know the schools have been out this week, and so we know that families are struggling just because their kids are home all week. Seriously, we're going to have Jeremiah on in a couple of minutes, and he can attest to that. But and I was a mom, I know. But I guess still I'm a mom. I guess, yeah. They're just not in my house during snow days. But the families are struggling because they do depend on the schools a lot of times for food, for students getting free lunch or free breakfast. So let's help our friends and neighbors. They are your friends and neighbors. They aren't strangers. We are all struggling. It doesn't matter who you are. And what you do on some level. Grocery prices have gone up astronomically, and so we are all struggling, and there's no shame in that to be able to accept help, and
I tell
it's a
some
joy to
of
be able to
them,
offer it. So
if they want, come and get the food from us and then go to the grocery store. That way, if they're getting cans of green beans and they were going to get green beans at the grocery store, come to us first. See what's in your bags or boxes, and then go to the grocery store.
Oh, that's a very good point, because you might get inspired by what you see inside there, because this week might be ground beef, and you're like, okay, with ground beef I can make this, this, and this, and make it last the week. So very good point. Stop at the food pantry first, and then stop at one of our local grocery stores. So,
How about, I've got a question for Nancy. Nancy, my accountant, Buckeye Chuck in Columbus, said that if I donate to the food pantry, that's a tax deductible since you're a 501c3. Yes. Could you tell me how that works?
there you go.
Cash donation, I can give you a receipt, or your checks can serve as proof that you gave stuff to the food pantry. We are a 501c3, which is why we changed from the Jackson Clothesline and Food Pantry to the food program and clothesline of Jackson.
There you go.
So our name's about 500 miles long because the IRS changed it when we became a 501c3.
But they are an actual charity. They're a valid charity here in Jackson County, and so your donations are tax deductible, and they'd be happy to give you a receipt or keep your checks. But and so if your company is looking to collect funds or do a drive. They are a great resource to be able to, whether it's like a canned food drive and take your canned foods, or you're collecting money and taking it as a combined donation. Once again, you can go into People's Bank and drop it off at People's Bank as well, if your schedule doesn't allow you to get to the food pantry while they're open, which is very nice. Thank you, People's Bank, for facilitating that.
Yes.
So.
Good. February 7th.
February 7th at the First Presbyterian Church in Jackson.
I'll be there.
It's the place to be.
9 to 1, and we're looking for you.
Yeah, it is the place to be. So make sure that you stop by. We'll have all of the links in our comments, and we will definitely remind you next Friday as well that it is the Groundhog Breakfast, and because it is the place to be in Jackson on that morning. So thank you, Groundhog Greg, for stopping in. Thank you, Nancy, for joining us. We hope that we'll see you again. Well, we probably won't see you until next year, because you'll go back to groundhogging.
Low profile.
Yeah, you'll go back to groundhogging until next year. And Nancy, thank you again for what you do for our community and for our family and friends and our neighbors. Yes. It really is about our families, friends, and neighbors. So thank you for what you continue to do and the resources that you provide. So thank you. So Adrian, we've got another word to share. And then Jeremiah is here with all the week's news.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Welcome, Jeremiah.
Hey, all right, Sherry, good morning.
We are glad to see you. Glad you finally got out from underneath the snow.
Oh, I tell
and
you
the
what,
ice.
it's been such a long week on the weather front there, Cheryl. I can attest to icy secondary roads being a very big issue across the area. Go talk a little bit, do like a little bit of a weather recap just to remind people, what had happened and what is going on as of this morning.
It's cold.
It is cold, very cold out there still. Winter storm, it was Fern, continues to impact travel across the area, especially those secondary roads. And those icy conditions have led to the 5th consecutive day of school closures for most. And I say that because as of this morning, Friday, January 30th, all area district schools except for Jackson City School District closed. Jackson City School District chose to do a 2-hour delay. And they did put out, though, they said that they understand that road conditions may be challenging in some areas. And they know the decision was never taken lightly. And in addition to the weather and safety considerations, the district, like you were talking about, most families rely on schools to provide 2 meals per day.
Yeah.
And a warm and safe place for the students, and the ability for parents and guardians to return to work. They did mention today, because drop-off should be coming up, on that 2-hour mark here. If buses do not run on your road in the morning, they will not run in the afternoon, and families should make the decision that is safest for their circumstance. And if you choose to keep your child home, be sure to contact your child's school building so that you can report that app and so they can mark it.
Because, if your road is not safe to go down, please don't.
Yeah, no,
don't put yourself and your children in danger.
It's still very icy. So just it was Oak Hill Union Local School District, Wilson City School District, Benton County School District, Christian Life Academy, and Hope Haven across our coverage area for the Telegram, all closed today for the 5th day in a row. And I know we was talking about earlier, I can't remember the last time that the school districts closed that many days in a row. If anybody out there is watching and can remember the last time, I'd be interested to hear.
And it wasn't just the snow. Because we got snow on Sunday.
Yeah,
but
Saturday into Sunday.
It was the brutal cold and the ice.
Yes, that come after.
That was causing so many issues and keeping us at a level 3 for so long, and then at a level 2 for so long because we all got excited.
We're still under a level 2. Oh no, we're under level 1
because
now,
we all got excited
we
yesterday afternoon when all of our phones started dinging. We're like, yay, we're at a level 1 now.
Yeah.
Who knew that's what was going to get us so excited? But the reason we were at a level 2 for so long had to do with the icy roads.
Yeah, the single-digit temperatures causing refreeze, and it was just a mess. Yeah, but that storm moved into the area. It was Saturday evening, January 24th, through the next morning, that Sunday, January 25th, and here we are. Days later, still feeling the impacts of it because of the temperatures and everything. But yeah, you were talking about the level 3 in Jackson County. We were on a level 3 for 33 and a half hours, which that's the longest I can remember in a long time.
And I think that Eric was telling me we were the first county in Ohio, I think, that went to level 3.
We may have been.
I think he told me that. We were the first county in Ohio to declare level 3. Governor DeWine had already declared that it was going to be an emergency situation for the entire state.
He did that Saturday afternoon as a proactive thing. Just that way there would be more resources and stuff available to those that would need it. Yeah, that's been a very interesting storm, and we're still in winter, and still got a ways to go. So I keep hearing
Thanks,
February.
Jeremiah.
Well, I keep hearing, be the bearer of bad news. People keep saying that February is going to be very snowy. So hopefully that's not
There
the
were
case.
some amazing
but-
stories that came out of the storm. I don't know if you saw on the ODOT
Oh yes,
feed.
I did see that.
There were ambulances that needed to get to Cincinnati, and the roads weren't cleared yet. There was actually an ODOT crew that drove right in front of the ambulance, plowing the road all the way to Cincinnati so that they could get a child up to Children's Hospital. So there were some amazing stories of communities that came together to help.
Right.
But I mean, seriously, I'm over this.
Did you show pictures? I never pay attention when I'm talking. So these are some photos that Red took yesterday when he was out and about in his travels. I believe this was in Benton County, and you can see this. It was in Hamden. This was one of the employees in Hamden working on the roads there. But you can see behind him how the road is still just a sheet of ice, and that's how a lot of these secondary roads are. They're just they kind of thaw a little bit and then refreeze, and they're just a mess.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's a picture he took when he made it up to the village of MacArthur, and you can see all the snow piled up. But this was the Dollar General and the Family Dollar there, and he was saying, I don't know how tall the piles of snow were, but
A lot of the snow piles are taller than I am, and I know that's
Yeah.
not that difficult because I'm not the tallest person on the planet, but still, that means they're over 5 feet tall.
yeah, no, I measured at the house, we had 5 to 6 inches, plus we had the ice on top. And, I know like out towards Wellston, maybe even up into Benton County, they up north received a lot more. It was like over
And it
a
was
foot.
supposed to be the other way around.
And it
We
was
were
supposed to be
actually
the other
supposed
way.
to get
Yeah.
more than like the lake area was
Right.
supposed to get, and it flip-flopped.
Kind of shifted.
And we ended up
Yeah.
getting the 6 inches they were expecting, and they got the 16 inches that we were expecting.
Yeah,
So.
so that was a couple pictures that Red took. I think we got one more that he took. So this was in Wellston of a fellow on a tractor, I guess like a neighbor or something that was out using his tractor to help clear driveways and everything. So just wanted to we'll have probably this picture I think on the front, just kind of representing the area still digging out following the storm. Here we are.
Because how many
week
times
later.
did you shovel, Jeremiah?
I shoveled 4, 5, I don't know, several times, 4 or 5 times, because I shoveled once. I started off leaf blowing the driveway because it was a dry snow and it was blowing off. But then while I was out there, it started to ice, and then later it turned to freezing rain. I had to take a break because I was getting all wet. So I come in and I went back out late afternoon because it started to turn back into like an ice snow, So I went out and then I started shoveling. I got the main drive done, took a break, had lunch, and then went back out to shovel out my side, like where my car is. And then later I had to shovel out my other car because we needed to get it out for one reason or another. And just, I don't know, I lost count. But I've shoveled more than my fair share this snow round. It's been bad, but
No, it's been crazy. Eric,
the cold
Eric
doesn't help.
plowed the driveway so that I could get out, and still I was like this down
right.
the driveway because
sure.
because it was so icy.
Yeah.
And he was so afraid that I was gonna slam into one of the other cars or something while I was driving. So
And I know we was talking about how it's been extremely cold, especially at night. There's I know of at least 3 warming centers that are still open. And I was
Okay.
going to mention those real quick. The Liberty Baptist Church, which is located at 323 North Bingham Street in Oak Hill. They will have its gymnasium there behind the church is open as a warming center. Doors open nightly at 6 and they'll remain open through today. And they may change that, because it's still extremely cold.
it's still very, very cold out there.
But if you need more information on that, you can contact Pastor Jeremy Van Dyne. That's 740-858-8594. And then also here west of Jackson, the Wesleyan Cove Church. That's 1384 Cove Road. They are also open as a warming center. You need to contact Heather Callahan. That's 740-710-9061. And then in Benton County, the MacArthur Free Will Baptist Church, located at 408 West Main Street there in MacArthur. They're also open as a warming center, and they're accessible day and night through Monday, February 2nd. And that date was kind of tentative. They may be open longer, but they've been open this entire week and open prior and then reopened again. There's some contacts there. You can contact Tiffany at 740-577-1667 or Emily 740-517-5003. So that's a little bit on those warming centers.
The warming center story is on the Telegram. The information's on the Telegram, and I believe it's not behind the paywall as well.
All the
you can access it
weather-related
free.
stuff we've given away, just to inform.
Yeah, you can access all that information free. You can share it with your friends and neighbors if they need the information as well.
Yeah. Wanted to talk. I got several other things I need to run through real quick here.
You're fine.
Overnight, I woke up. Apparently, we've had 2 fires, structure fires overnight.
I knew about one of them.
Yeah, there's 2 overnight, and according to Nixles that I received, there was one Nixle that went out. It said 2:19 a.m. On this morning. Today's the 30th. It was Spangberg Road, south of Crabtree Road. They had was closed in that area due to a structure fire.
Okay.
And they said to avoid the area. I know that's since been cleared. They reopened it, and I've reached out over there to the chief and the assistant chief because I think that's Scioto Township's area. And I'm hoping to hear back from them to get some details on what that structure was. I don't know if it was a house or what, When they say structure, it could be a house, could be something else.
Could be a shed, could be a barn.
I don't know.
Just
and
something
then,
that's got walls.
And then as of 10:00 p.m., this was yesterday, Thursday evening, the 29th, Beaver Pike at Harrison Road
That's the one
was
I know
down
about.
to 1 lane due to a structure fire, and I don't know if it was a house. I don't have all the details, but I've reached out to the fire chiefs, and hopefully I'll hear back from somebody on those. But wanted to mention those.
Don't know what caused them.
Yeah.
But we do know that during the winter there is fire danger because people are using heaters and fireplaces and things like that. So if you are using those, make sure that they are in good working order, and you've taken all of your precautions that you need to take. So.
And also received this overnight to City of Jackson water customers from Bridge Street Road to U.S. Route 35, including Smith Bridge Road, Simpson Road, Price Switch Road, are advised to bring their water to a full boil for 2 minutes before consumption. So they're under a boil advisory out that way. There must have been some kind of water break overnight because this was posted in overnight in the early morning hours.
Frozen pipes.
Out there.
This is what we're going to get when we've got,
right.
Below zero air temperature.
Yeah, and they said that advisory stands until further notice. If you have questions, you can call 740-286-4419.
And once again, let your neighbors know. If you're within the boil advisory area, make sure you let your neighbors know. They may not have access to Facebook like you do, or they need to know. So make sure that you tell your neighbors.
Right. And I wanted to give a little update because I know we haven't been here. I know we've talked about Assistant Fire Chief Larry Foster, and I don't think we've given an update. He's back home now.
Yes.
And wanted to share a little bit about that. He was in a serious accident out on U.S. Route 35. That was back in the pre-dawn hours of Thursday morning, January 15th. And since then, the Ohio State Highway Patrol had concluded its investigation of the crash. And I was able to access that report it was Thursday, January 22nd. That report became available. And so I was able to get a little more information. And the report I'll just read it here, the kind of play-by-play as a blow by blow, I guess. It was a 2021 Ford F-350 truck. Was parked in the right lane of U.S. Route 35 eastbound with its emergency lights activated. The truck was a first response unit owned by the Liberty Township Volunteer Fire Department. At the time of the incident, 2 firefighters were responding to a separate crash on the highway, but had stopped to set up accident signage. The report stated, and I'm going to butcher this gentleman's name. He's from Brooklyn, New York, 26, and I think it's Georgiaz. Right here.
Wow.
Yeah, is it Jordaz or something along those lines. So anyway, 26-year-old male from Brooklyn, New York, was operating a 2024 Ford F-350 truck. So same type of truck that the fire department had.
Two big trucks.
Two big trucks. This truck, the guy from New York's truck was hauling a trailer, and he was traveling eastbound on US Route 35 in the right lane and attempted to change lanes when he struck the fire department's vehicle. The collision caused the fire department truck to slide and strike the driver who was on foot nearby. That driver and the injured firefighter, that was 71-year-old Larry Foster at Jackson. And the other firefighter was Charlie Meadows, 19 at Jackson. He wasn't injured during the event. And after the New York guy's truck sideswiped the fire department's, he then struck a bridge, traveled off the right side of the roadway, hit a guardrail, and then both the vehicles had to be towed from the scene.
Oh, wow. I didn't know the second part of
Yeah.
it.
So some information we didn't have before on details there. And as we previously reported, Foster had suffered suspected serious injuries. He was transported to Holzer, later flown to Grant for surgeries. He ended up having 2 surgeries, an initial one where his left leg was broken along with his ankle, compound fracture on his ankle. They had to put like pins and rods and stuff in his leg. And then he had a second surgery after the swelling went down to have all that removed. And then since then, it was Friday, January 23rd, the fire chief for Liberty, Randy Baker, went and picked him up from Columbus and brought him back home. So he has returned back home. And as we've told you before, Foster is an assistant fire chief with Liberty and has more than 45 years of firefighter experience. And the gentleman from New York was cited for failure to maintain a sure, clear distance ahead.
And a lot of people know Larry, if you don't know him from his work with the fire department, a lot of people know Larry because from Christ Church.
Right.
And also he works for the
Jackson County Water Company.
Jackson County Water Company. So so a lot of people know Larry from all of his different ventures and stuff that he does.
We're glad to hear that he's back home.
Yes.
I know they were, you could send cards to Liberty Township Fire Department. Larry Foster, it's 2315 Harris Road, Jackson, Ohio, 45640. Somebody wanted to send him a get well card or whatever.
And I know he's home recuperating, and hopefully he's on the mend. I'm sure that they would still appreciate your thoughts and prayers during this time. So,
couple more quick things. Got to give a shout out to the Jackson High School competition cheerleaders. They are currently in sunny Florida.
Not so sunny Florida.
Is it not? Is it not
it's
sunny?
It's like
is it
freezing
cold down there too?
Yes,
okay.
It is freezing cold in Florida.
Well, apparently
they
it's
actually
still
got
cold.
snow, not in the Orlando area, but up a little bit higher.
Okay.
Florida got snow.
Well, I saw a picture.
Week.
They were in front of Magic Kingdom, the castle there at Magic Kingdom. But they're down there for the Jackson High School cheerleaders, the competition cheerleaders. They're doing, it's the best in the state competition, which earned them a bid to compete in the National High School Cheerleading Championship at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And they are there today through the 1st, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the cheerleading coaches are Courtney Butcher and Tiffany Boggs, and we'll be following up with them to see how they do. They've gone down there several years, and they've always come home with, the big trophy
hardware.
or whatever.
They always come home with hardware.
Right. So shout out to them. Want to remind people, if you were interested in going to Frozen Junior at the Marquette Cultural Arts Center, that is sold out.
Completely.
You missed out.
Completely sold out.
Yeah, all their performances. They had I think it was what?
5. I think it was like 5 performances or something.
4 or 5 performances, and those are all sold out. So if you're looking for tickets for that, you're going to have to see if anybody posts to say I can't go or something. I got tickets or
there's your choices. Yeah.
So the Jackson County Sportsman Federation banquet will be held tomorrow, Saturday, January 31st, and that is at 5. Beginning at 5:30 p.m. will be the dinner. Or no, wait. The banquet starts at 5:30 p.m. The dinner takes place at 7 p.m. That's being held at Parks Edge Event Center. Was that what they were talking about today, or no?
They were saying that there is an event tomorrow night at Parks Edge, so that would be the event that's at Parks Edge tomorrow.
Yeah, tickets are $25 each. Cost of which includes dinner and a chance to win a $100 cash prize. There's other tickets being sold at the banquet for many other items. And this event provides a great opportunity for area sportsmen to support the Jackson County wildlife issues and youth projects, it says. And it says one example of activities is awarding a $1,000 college scholarship to students in Jackson, Wells, and Oak Hill high schools. And these scholarships will be awarded in 2026 in memory of Eric L. Shipman. So that's a little bit of information about that. So remember, that is going on. I haven't heard any changes. So,
Okay.
and you
I haven't heard any changes.
You said
on it
they
either.
are having it.
Yeah, they were
tomorrow,
preparing
so.
for an event for tomorrow night. So yes.
Okay.
So as far as I know, the event is still on.
Okay, and I know we're over on our
you're fine.
We're over on our time. I'm just looking real quick here to make sure. I think these other things I could probably wait and talk about on Monday.
I'll give you the weather report. It is cold outside.
It is cold. Yeah, no, I come in. It was in the negatives, and I come in this morning and my car hearts. They're hanging up. They're hanging up back there.
It's layer on layer on layer. It takes. I feel like the kid from Christmas Story. I just keep getting like more and more layers, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I did not sign up for this.
No, it's been a. I don't remember. I know last year, in January, weather was pretty rough, but I just feel like this year it's just really stretched. This week's just it's been a long week.
It's the cold and the ice.
Yeah,
And seriously,
yeah.
It's the cold and the ice.
I know
We're
last
expecting
year
more snow next week.
I know.
I looked at the
know.
forecast, and like next Thursday is where it was sitting. Is we're looking at more snow, and it's because of the cold. This snow's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
So it's just going to sit on top of that ice.
That makes for problems.
Yeah. So once again, be safe out there. Some of the smaller streets are not completely cleared, and they're icy. That's even worse if they're icy, and because it's really unsafe if they're icy. If it's snowy, we see it and we know to go slow. But the ice,
Right.
a lot of times, you don't see it until it's too late. So please drive slowly. And watch out for the black ice spots. When I drove in this morning, it was 1 degree, and it's not going to get a whole lot warmer for the next couple of weeks. So bundle up, take your precautions. Holzer told us, stay hydrated, eat properly. That's the
Right.
way to stay healthy. Don't touch things.
Yeah.
Yeah, try not to touch things.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands. Especially if your kids went back to school today.
Oh,
that
yeah.
means that they were exposed to all those people. So Jackson City Schools, your kid went back to school, make sure they wash their hands before they
Yeah.
touch you.
Oh yeah.
If you don't already, send them to go wash their hands. But I know that the Jackson City School parents got a break today. A lot of them got to go back to work without their littles with them.
Yes.
Because we had a special guest in
Right, we
the
did.
office yesterday.
Yeah.
It's always fun when he's here.
He did well.
He did well.
Yeah.
He's a future member of our newsroom. But I know that the parents really they needed a break, and we feel for you out in Oak Hill and Wellston and Vinton County. Your break will come, hopefully. Hopefully the schools will all open on Monday. You can watch our radio pages. We list out all of the schools in our entire broadcast region that are closed or delayed. So it's always a good resource if you're wondering if your school or the school down the street from you is open. That's a great way to find out. And
Yep. And we do a similar list for our coverage area on the Telegram.
for our 4
too.
schools. So
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us this week. Thanks for your patience with me at the desk this week. I will be back on Monday, and so will Jeremiah. Hopefully,
Yeah.
as long
I
as
should be here.
as long as we are not snowed in, we will
Yeah.
be back here to share everything going on in Jackson and Vinton County with you. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you on Monday.